and welcome back to another Amazon selling video. I am back here in my home state of Oregon and I'm outsourcing. It is the day after, or it's not the day after Christmas, it's the Monday after Christmas, and I'm really excited to get out because I've been off of sourcing for really like 2.5 weeks now, which was much needed. I needed to slow down and take a break, but I was also itching to get back out there. So I'm super excited to take you guys along with me. If you're new to my channel, my name is Nikki Kirk, and you already know what the profit from this day is going to be because it's the title of the video. But I have not even gone into a single store yet, so I don't know yet. As always with my shopping videos, anything could happen, so we'll see how it goes. Since it's been a while since I've been shopping, I have a list of what I'm looking for, stuff that I had been selling before, obviously stuff that's not Christmas. And then I also have my Bolo list from the Bolo group. I have it on my phone. It's just a Google Doc that I save and then filter by store. So if you want to join the group, that is still available for you. But I have that, and other than that, it's kind of like a whole new sourcing, like a new store I've never been to because I haven't been sourcing in a while. So there's grocery outlets here, which I love. If you're on the West Coast and there's a grocery outlet, you should definitely be hitting them up. Today is kind of a shorter shopping day as far as store wise, but because it is like I've not been sourcing in a while and it's all brand new stores to me, it will be a little bit longer, I think. In this video, I'm going to answer some of the questions that I've been getting as far as like what sells now in January throughout the videos. So stay tuned, I will sprinkle those in. Without further ado, let's head into Walmart. Alright you guys, I absolutely cleaned up in there. I am so excited. What a great way to start the day. I think it's like 10:30, so I was in there for 2.5 hours, which is funny because that is not actually a really big Walmart. It only has one door, and so the format was different, and I hit the toys last, and because of that, my cart was literally overflowing. At the checkout, I had to get a second cart, so I was carrying 2 carts back to the truck. It was crazy, which leads me to one huge question I have heard asked over the last couple weeks is, do you still sell toys? Do we still source toys? Yes, absolutely. Toys sell year round. I got so many toys, it's insane. I can't wait to add up all the numbers at the end. I'm going to try and remember a few of them to show you right now. So the first big winner I found today was actually the first toy aisle I went down. It's selling for $33. I got it for $11.97 and it's making $12.77. I found 5 of those. They are a Walmart exclusive toy, and I think I've said this before, but if you can never find a toy that's store specific, store exclusive, those are always really big winners because they're harder to find. Really quickly, if you need help on gating, I have my toy guides. They are specific for new sellers. You just need a resale license for the toy guide. It is free in most states. I have videos where I go over how to get those. I'll link it here, but getting ungated in toys is game changer, and this video apparently will just show you why. One of the things to note about the stores right now is that stuff is on clearance. That does not mean that people don't want it. That just means the store is clearing out for their spring reset, so they need to move the stuff that they're not going to have in their planograms and their aisle for the next year. But online, they are selling like hotcakes. This item I got for $3.50, you guys. It is a hot brand. It's selling for $22, meaning I'm gonna make $12 on it. I found 9 of that one. Another one I found, look at that toy rank. It is selling for $39.99 and I got it for $9.84. It's going to make $20 on every single one. I found 4 and I had to like look behind because it's one item out of like a whole line, so I had to scan all of them first of all, but then I went ahead and like looked behind, made sure I got all of them because at first I only found 2, but I looked a little further and I found 4. And one last note on toys and just anything in general on Amazon is you always want to click through. And it's funny because some of the times I'm clicking through as I'm walking away. Case in point, this Barbie set right here, I scanned it and I was like, okay, whatever. And then I was starting to walk away, clicked through, and then it's not selling for $14. It's actually selling for $24. But this leads me into my next point, which is you always want to check Keepa when things look too good to be true. Probably the system was cached at $14, so when I clicked through in 24, I knew I needed to check Keepa, and I did check Keepa, and Amazon was selling it. So that one is kind of a gamble because Amazon just barely sold out, so it's really up to you. It's at Walmart, it's $7.97 I think it was, so if you want to come check it out and see, or if you can FBM, flip it real fast. Now, if you are a new seller, you really want to make sure you are scanning the kitchen area and the home area. Pioneer Woman does really good. I scanned through there just to see if I could find anything for you. I didn't find anything that made $5 minimum, which is what I like to do. I look for everything to be $5 minimum profit, but I did find a lot of $3 and $4. So if you're new, head to Walmart and scan all that Pioneer Woman. I sold a Pioneer Woman last month. Nothing that I found today, I didn't find it, but I still do sell it from time to time. Some of them are great profit, some are like a couple dollars. It's really up to you what your comfort level is. Because it kind of felt like a new like scanning trip, I did go ahead and scan random new aisles. So I scanned drink mix. I found this drink mix here. I thought I would show it to you just in case you want to come grab it and make that bundle at Walmart. And it's a really good reminder to scan the fronts. Just because you scan the barcode and it doesn't come up, if you scan the front, you'll probably get a lot more listings, bundle listings. So definitely take the time and do both scans, especially when you're starting out. If you're trying to find stuff to buy, that is really helpful. One of the questions is, what do you buy right now? And like, I literally am buying these same stuff I buy all year round. I buy toys, I buy grocery, I buy whatever season it is. So right now we are headed into Valentine's Day. I know it's crazy, but it's out there, and you really have like the first 3 weeks of January to send stuff in, maybe even 2 weeks. For Valentine's Day, it's already in stores. It's trickling in. So they had just a couple items at Walmart here. I did find one item, and because the seasonal stuff kind of changes barcodes every year, you do want to scan the front because you might find an older listing and just the packaging has changed. And if it's only the packaging that's changed, the product, the ounces, you know, whatever it is exactly the same, then the packaging does not matter. You can go ahead and send that in. And while we're talking seasonal items, it's really key to check seasonal items on Keepa because you want to make sure, like, do they do well over time? Does Amazon sell it? Because if they're going to end up coming on the listing, that's really going to hurt you. So I always check Keepa for seasonal items. This Valentine's Day mold, I couldn't find it by scanning the barcode, but I tried scanning the front. So I went ahead and put in the item's name, or what I thought it was, and I just went through and scanned to see if I could find a listing. I couldn't, but that's another way I scan and shop. Here's another one for you, this grocery item. It is actually a decent product, but it's a glass product, and I don't like to do glass, but you would just need to bubble wrap it, so it is here. It's not an actual normal listing either. If I scan the barcode, I think this one came up by scanning the front, but I'm not 100% sure. Either way, it's a different listing, but it's the exact same product, so it's here at Walmart if you want to sell it. Always check your expiration days. They have to be 90 days out, but I like to do 120 days, so 4 months, just to be safe, to do that time where it's going to be like going to warehouse and all that. So you want to have a buffer. So I do 120 days, but that's just me. Technically, in Amazon's terms, it must be 90 days. So I got it wrong. I was actually 11:30 when I left Walmart. I don't know why I thought it was 10:30. So I was in there like 3.5 hours, and then I was in Grocery Outlet for 3 hours. So that was crazy. It feels really good to be back at Grocery Outlet. You guys, when I say scan everything, I really mean it. I scanned every single thing on this aisle, and it took me an hour and a half. And I found a lot of stuff. Most of it is beauty and topical because, well, that's the aisle I was on. But that's why I friggin' love that category, you guys. I found so much stuff. I'm gonna break it all down, what the profits were at the end of the episode. But if you need to get ungated in beauty, this store alone is why, because you can find so much stuff. And by beauty, I mean grocery, topical, OTC, all that stuff. It is all a gold mine at Grocery Outlet or Ollie's, even TJ Maxx, Marshalls. I'm about to go into a Marshalls, but first I wanted to recap how the Grocery Outlet went. First, I feel like I say this in every video, but it is so important that you always scan through to check if you got auto ungated, because sometimes you'll get auto ungated. I did on one item, but I didn't on a lot of other items, but I always still check. So always click through to see if you can get ungated. And then it is so true that this happens all the time. When you get scanning and you're scanning for an hour and a half in the same aisle, item after item after item after item, it happens that you forget about the rank. So don't forget about the rank. The rank has to be really good, and in beauty specifically, I try to stick under 100,000. I mean, 150 is okay, but 100,000 is really kind of as high as I will go for the beauty category. And here's some examples where I was like, oh yeah, that's awesome, and oh no, the rank. Here's one of the items I'm talking about. It makes $3. It's at Grocery Outlet if you want it, but again, for me, that is not a good rank. I want to keep it a little lower. Another thing to watch for is if it's a bundle item. So this one is actually a 6-pack. I figured something is off when I first scanned it, and it was like ridiculously priced for what the item was. And then when you click through, you can see here it says package of 6. So double check those things. If a price seems really high, while that does happen on Amazon for something so inexpensive, it's like, wait, something's off there. So the last thing is, I've got a lot of questions like, should you still sell Christmas stuff because Christmas is obviously over? I bought a couple things that are holiday winter-ish, and some could be Christmas specific. So like this item is from Grocery Outlet, and look at that ranking, 6,000. So it is still selling in grocery, but it's only $10 for the two, so $5 each. So you would make $10 on it. So I mean, it's really your call, because if people are buying it, why not supply it to them? And then one last thing before I run into Marshalls and Ross is that I love Grocery Outlet does the little you save. So I spent $1,300, basically $1,400, and then the receipts like you save $1,444. So that's always fun. Obviously that doesn't mean anything. That's just saying, oh, you know, you could get this at Walmart for $10, but for here it's only $7, so I saved $3. That's how that works. So don't be fooled, but it is kind of funny because sometimes the cashiers have to say it over the intercom, and when it's me shopping, it's always a lot of money. Okay, so the day really went kind of how I thought it was, which was not a lot of stores, 4, literally 5 when you count the Grocery Outlet that I'm gonna hit up next, a second one. So literally 4 stores, and it took me all day. It is now 4 o'clock. It'll probably be 6 by the time I get home. I think I started the day at 8 at Walmart, so I left at like 7:30. I'm too tired to even know how many hours that is. But let me just tell you a couple things about Marshalls and Ross while I have you here. So at Marshalls, there was a ton of clearance. Again, the same thing as at Walmart. It does not mean that people aren't buying it. It just means that the store has had it for too long in Marshalls' instance, or that they just bought it seasonally and the season's over, so they're trying to get rid of it. So really that means it's a win for us because we get to make even more profit. I didn't find a whole lot at Marshalls. I spent about $100. I got some, you know, a couple things, actually something from the Bolo group someone shared a couple months ago. It's still out there, still making a lot of money, so I grabbed that. I grabbed one item that I shared in the Bolo group myself. Just FYI, every time I go out sourcing, I'm in the Bolo group sharing items from every store that I hit. So definitely consider that if you want to. The link is on the screen if you want to join. Another thing to watch out for when you are scanning is the random categories. So there's like miscellaneous DPS or something like that. And then there's BIS. These are categories, these are throwaway categories. You never want to buy anything in any of these categories, even if it's number 1, don't buy it. If you are a new seller, in addition to the home and kitchen categories, you want to sell in clothing. Carter's baby clothing is a great one. I was trying to find one for you, but I'm really too exhausted to keep scanning to show you one. But just know that Carter's is at Ross. It's actually a little better price at Ross. It's also at Marshalls and TJ Maxx, so scan Carter's. You can go to the Carter's store even. And then last thing before I leave you for the day and get home and pack all of this up, I just wanted to share a freebie with you. So as I said, I share in the Bolo group while I'm out. So I found this item. It is $9.99 at Ross. The rank is 9,400 in toys, which is great, and it's selling for $28.99, meaning you're gonna make $7.71 on every one. You guys, don't tank the price. Everyone can find it, but if we all keep the price high, then we all get $7 when we sell it. My truck is super full. After 2 stores it was full actually, so I'm kind of glad I didn't get too much more because I want to go to Grocery Outlet and get a couple more of the items if I can and make this shipment really big. So I'm gonna hit that store, head home, and pack it up tomorrow, and I will fill you in on the recap of how everything went, what categories made what profit, and all of that. Okay, so I packed it all up and I'm gonna go over the numbers. You guys, this is one of the most high profit shipments I think I've ever sent in, and so it's really exciting. And I thought I would break it down a little bit different because there's a lot of talk about replen and replenishables and all that, so I thought I would just show you what I think replen is and how all that works. The total profit before I take out the cost of shipping was $3,422. It costs about $80.22 to send in the shipment. So after all that, it's like $3,340 in profit estimated profit, obviously because the items haven't sold yet, but that is a huge shipment. Normally if you watch my videos, you know they're like 2,000, 2,500 is usually a really good one. Really quickly on my sourcing hours and all of that, I sourced for 10 hours total. A little bit of that I guess you could consider personal, but so I was out for 10 hours. I got to the first store at 8 o'clock and I got home at 6. I would say it took me about 10 hours to pack up the shipment. I did all the labels and packaged everything, polybagged all of that. I did one day, and then literally the only thing left to do the next day was just pack it into the boxes. Almost everything went to one warehouse, which is in California. So I broke it down for you here by category. So we have over here for the beauty category, I had 97 units or $1,000 profit. That was my most profitable category. 30% of the total profit came from that. Health is 79 units, 842, 25%. Grocery, 99 units total for 750 potential profit, 22% of my thing. Toys, 78%. $780, which is kind of funny. It's like almost $10 each one. And then 23%. And then I had a couple kitchen and clothing items. So how I broke down this replan with quotes, that there's some items you can see here that are straight replens. I have bought them before, I'm just replenishing my stock. Then there are some items that I consider I know about them. So what I mean, like if this was a bolo lead, it's not a bolo lead, but if it was a bolo lead, it would be like a branch lead. So for example, I have sold something from this specific brand before, so I went to that brand and scanned it. I knew it was probably going to be selling, there would be something there, and so it cuts your scanning time down a lot. When you're new, you have to scan everything to really know, and I experienced that because it was a brand new to me store. It had been 2 years since I scanned it, so I scanned everything. Like I mentioned, I was there for an hour and a half in one long aisle scanning. So because of that though, I knew like certain brands, mostly in the health and grocery items, that these items would probably have something profitable because I've sold those brands before, and so that's like my known. So if I'm considering that those are all my replens, that was 80%. 80% of my total profit was really easy. And it didn't start out easy, it took a while. Obviously with anything in life, the more you do it, the easier it gets. Overall, this whole shipment was pretty easy. It didn't take me a lot of time, a lot of effort. My back did start hurting scanning that aisle, but I mean, I ended up, if you take my 20 hours that I sourced divided by the profit, it's like $167 an hour. I'll scan for that, no problem. I mentioned while I was shopping that I got a couple clearance items, so it was 36 items total were clearance. For about 10% of my total shipment was clearance items. Most all of it was toy, and so you can find clearance year-round, but it's not normal for me to have clearance. This was mostly just toys that were on clearance, like I mentioned, because the store is getting rid of them because they have their new spring resets coming. 10% of the total profit came from that, and you guys, 24%, $815 were leads from the bolo. Normally in these videos I'll break it down by bolo and branch lead, which is bolo is a direct lead, or branch lead is things like my known, where I will like find it because I'm looking for the one specific bolo. So thank you Bolo Group, $815 of profit came directly from you. I love that group, you can join it. The link is below, it's open for joining if you are interested in that. I did want to note one other thing. So my total shipment cost was $80. My big one went to California, then I had a couple little ones. This Indiana one, $6 for shipping, and you guys, that was 2 slippers. The clothing I got was slippers. If you look here, my total profit from that was $10, but if you divide the $6 by 2, I probably should have just cut that one out, but at this point I was like, whatever, I'm just too tired. And so I just sent them. Normally, I think people will cut them off and just like, you can delete items from your shipment. You don't have to send everything if you don't want to, so I could have just canceled off that one, but I just wanted to note it that, you know, my profit went from $5 each to $2 each. That's not to say that it could go up, but you know, I'll probably just make $2. So as you saw, a lot of the categories, the 4 main categories that I sold in this shipment are all gated categories: toy, grocery, health, and beauty items. And beauty items, I'm talking face creams and shampoos and things of that nature. Health, I'm talking like medicine type things. Some of them are like razor type things, those kind of items. And then grocery obviously is grocery and toy is toy. So if you need help ungating, you can get ungated in 3 of those: the grocery, topical, OTC, health and beauty. You can get ungated for as little as a $250 opening order. If you grab my guide, I show you how to do it step by step. All the links are below. They are new seller friendly. You actually don't need anything and you can get ungated in those 3 categories. And as you saw, just those 3 my profit is $2,595. So you spend $250 and you'll get your money back the very next shipment you send in. So it's so worth it. It's never too early or too late to get ungated. As soon as you are ready, it is worth it, I promise you. And then toy is obviously worth it year round. A lot of the questions I got was, should you sell toys, or are toys still selling? Yes, year round they sell. So I hope this video was helpful and encourages you to get out there. It was a really great shipment. So if you've followed my channel for a while, they don't happen like this all the time, but I'm pretty excited to keep sourcing. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you back here for another Amazon selling video.